right, enough showing off. Let's just finish the quest. So we made it. We're out of the prison. There's a ship waiting by. We're gonna meet an old friend of ours, Triss Marigold.
Geralt, over here.
Watch for the archers, by the way. All right, nice, Marek. This is the story part. I wanted to show you how the game looks depending on the choices that you make, and there are a lot of different choices that you can actually make. Some of them story-wise, some of them gameplay-wise, and some of them just depending, like exploration-wise, depending on where you go. This is not all. We've got another part of the gameplay presentation for you. This first one was based around the story, and telling nonlinear story was the main reason for us to rewrite the engine. The new engine that we have is our own. We wrote it ourselves from scratch. And the second thing that we actually were able to gain because of the fact that we have a new engine is the scale of the events. We have enhanced pretty much everything in a game, starting with size of the location, but also to huge encounters. We have 3 really epic battles in a game. You're going to see part of one of these battles. This is going to be like a battlefield, a cursed battlefield, where some of the ghosts are fighting. Thanks to our new engine, you will see like 100 characters on screen at any given moment. Luckily enough, you won't have to fight all of them, but some of these will be just ghosts fighting, so they won't attack us, but some of them are demons that are, let's call it, more real than others, and you will actually have to fight them in a game. Let's see how it looks. Cursed battlefield. These guys disappear when we get close because these are like demons, like fighting ghost soldiers. There are a lot of them. But when you wander around this battlefield, you encounter demons that you have to fight to progress through this fight and get to the commander of the whole army, which is the final opponent at this stage. There you go. This one made himself out of the pieces of armor that were laying on the ground and is charging towards us. Nice dodging. And we're gonna have to use a strong style, strong strikes, because it is a strong kind of the opponent. If we defeat him, there's gonna be a commandant, a final opponent of this battle. We cut corners for you for the sake of the presentation. There we go. Alright. His name is Draug, by the way, and he is a commandant of all the armies around here, which means he's got a lot of really clever tactical attacks that he can put upon us. Let's try to attack him. Pieces of armor are falling apart, but this is not exactly the only way that we will be fighting this guy. There you go. One of the tactical attacks that he has, he's got archers behind the hills, so they'll try to hit us with the flaming arrows. Try not to get hit. Cover, really nice, really smart. Watch out, watch out. All right. That didn't work, so he utilizes another attack. He turned himself into Tornado. You actually don't only have to run away from this tornado. It's not as easy. As you can see, he's destroying parts of the location, taking them with him. And these parts, occasionally, he might try to throw at us. So you definitely have to be extra careful while running away from this guy. Alright, that didn't work. What else that he has up his sleeve? Artillery. Oh, there is artillery. Watch out. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Fireballs coming from the sky. Not really subtle, but probably effective. Alright guys, what I can promise you is that in the final version of the game you will be able to defeat this guy. This is it. Let me wrap it up. First part was about the story and how we approach non-linearity with The Witcher 2. And the second, with the new engine and with everything that we have, we were able to enhance the scale of the events on a really huge, epic scale. This is the gameplay presentation. Do we have time for any Q&A? I don't know. Anyone wants to ask questions? Anything?
Everything's clear.
All right. Okay. You need microphone, probably. First, tell me if you liked it.
I do like it.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, okay. I do like it. My name is Marek, by the way. I'm from Poland as well.
Hello.
Cheers.
I really like the game, and I'm really curious, how big is the team? How many people is working on this project?
Just the two of us.
Yeah, I know, I believe you.
There are around 80 developers at the moment, but the whole team, including like everyone, all the overheads and everyone, we're nearing 100 people at the moment.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good team.
All right, anyone else? We still have time, right?
Hello? At the point where those 2 elite soldiers came into the prison, the option they had was Geralt would say they look like dancers, but what he actually said was there are only 2 of them. Are the different translations going to have different flavors again? Because
it's just because of the dialogues are streamlined. It means that not exactly the thing that you are saying is shown like a shortened version. It's like to give you an idea how you can. It's more about the attitude. You might be like aggressive, ignorant. You might be friendly. This is what we're trying to highlight with the streamlined version of the dialogue. So this was the reason.
But the different translations are going to be more along the same lines, because with the original, like the Polish one was quite more explicit than the English at first.
We are actually, this time we are doing it slightly different than the first version, than the first game, because we are doing Polish and English language at the same time. We've got a writer team and we got a localization team, especially part of the team that is responsible for the English language, and they work together. So we make sure that it's actually not like the English language is the one that game is created first, and nor Polish language. It's like parallel. So both of these languages we could consider like languages that the game is created first. They actually even, if a guy that is responsible for translation thinks that it doesn't really work in English, something that guy wrote in Polish, they change it. So that's why it's very dynamic. Oh, you're a very shy audience.
Hi, I have a couple of questions. The first one is that going to be the only viewpoint when playing the game that we'll see, unlike with the first Witcher where you had a couple of different ways of viewing it?
Yeah, well, in Witcher 1 you have predefined cameras that you could switch throughout the game. And here it's both, well, we've got like 20 or 30 types of camera all adjusted towards certain situation, exploration, combat, cutscenes, dialogues, and so on and so on. And they are adjusted automatically. So there is a difference. You don't choose it manually, but there are way more types of camera actually in a game.
And second question is, other than PC, are there any other platforms that you're aiming for?
Like requirements?
In terms of consoles.
Oh, okay, I cannot announce anything yet. I mean, we have a policy, a wise policy that tells us unless you're sure that it's bound to happen, just. But yeah, we do want to do a console version of The Witcher 2. We do want to do it, yeah. Oh, one more, come on.
I was just wondering what kind of support you'd have for modding.
For modding? Okay, with the first Witcher, it was a different engine, but we have released the toolset after releasing the first one. I can only mention a few numbers. We have around 1 million people registered in our community. We have thousands of mods done, all of them available on forums. But with the second Witcher, it's probably going to be the same case because our engine is implemented and designed with thinking about things like modding. But it's just, I think it's wise to release at least one game on it and have a proof that it works until you like release it. So we're probably going to think about it after we release the game.
There's one right here.
Roughly how long do you think the campaign's going to last for? How many hours?
Oh yeah, things like exact number of hours are determined at the very end of the development. So that means I cannot give you a precise number. But have you played the first one? Have you seen the first one? Because it was like 40 to 80 hours basically, and we're not making a shorter game. So all that I can tell you right now, because we're even before the beta version of the game, all that I can tell you that it's not going to be a shorter game. It's going to be more intense because we ditched a lot of quests that in Witcher 1 based on running around, like fetch me stuff, and from the other side of the location. So it's going to be more intense, but definitely not a shorter game. All right. Oh, yeah, one.
Do you know the general system specs yet, or?
No. It's again, once again, it's pretty early for saying like specific requirements. But this one, well, it is a decent machine that we have in here. I mean, I would love to have one like this at home, but it's not a top notch. It's not the maximum that you can get on the market these days. So probably by the end we release the game, it's going to be closer to the middle segment. And moreover, what's even more important is that the game is still to have major optimization. The engine and the game is still before major part of the optimization. So it's not going to be ridiculous requirements. I can promise you that.
Hi, it's probably a silly question, but I just noticed the resemblance in the character in you. Is it based on your face by any chance?
Which one? No.
Looks a lot like you.
No. I'm ugly. It's not possible. No.
This is not the main question. The main question was actually how long did you work on the tech, the new tech that they're using? Have you started right after the first one?
Yeah, we did start. I mean, when we released the first game, part of the team was working on the enhanced edition of The Witcher 1. And the second part started on working on the tech, so we needed to make like low-level stuff, prototyping things, and it took like a year and a half. And then we had like basis of the engine, and then we released the enhanced version of The Witcher 1, and then all the team joined in, and they actually started implementing the game itself. So
yeah, but we're still working on the technology, right? So
of course,
it's not like totally ready. We're creating the game, and at parallel, we're creating the engine, enhancing it.
Well, the engine that we call a Tsud engine is it's a tailor-made RPG engine. Not too many of these on the market right now, but so it means we're still working on it and making sure that each member of our team has tools that were designed for him. We have like dozens of tools for everything, starting from the story, from dialogues, cutscenes, communities, going into graphics and other stuff like animation. So there's a lot of work to be still done. But definitely it is ready to implement the game already, and this is what we're doing. Oh yeah, there's someone, I guess.
At any point, will you be able to free roam and do missions again for extra XP and things?
Like after the end of the game?
Yeah.
No, it is a story-driven game. Well, I believe we have a good explanation for this because not everybody wants it, but this is a story-driven game, and the story is like the ultimate feature of the game. So whenever you finish the story, you're pretty much done with this playthrough through the game. You might want to replay the game because it's a really non-linear one, but we don't want to implement the free roaming after the end of the game. It's like it wouldn't make sense with the story.
But you will have some freedom, right? It's not like...
Within the game, yeah. Side quests and picking up things that you have left behind in after some time, yes. But after you finish like Ultimate Quest, one of the 16 endings that we have in the game, when you see them, it's pretty much like, okay, credits. One more, last question.
Yeah, here. You've described quite an extensive engine, and I was just wondering if there were plans to license it commercially.
Yeah, it seems like a logical thing to do a natural one, but it is pretty much the same answer as regarding the toolset. I mean, we definitely need to prove that the engine works, that we can actually release a game on it. When we do that, okay, let's start thinking about it, but right now we're totally focused on making at least one game on it. All right, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Hope you liked it.